Welcome back to Two Wickets Down. I'm Kunal, as always, joined by Vasu, and what a game we had today. Honestly, probably right up there in terms of just entertainment value as an Indian fan. Game of the tournament for me, just from our perspective. But felt like the shades. I felt like I was watching a repeat of the 19th November ODI final. India this time batted a lot better compared to that final, but worn it out early and just Travis Head and Mitchell Marsh taking that game away from us. Very stressful. How did you feel?
Very stressed, yes, very, very stressed. Up until the 11th over and 12th over, I thought the game was gone there. Completely, game was gone. Like, I didn't think India had a chance of winning it at all.
Yeah,
But then as
no.
soon as the spinners came in, especially Kuldeep Yadav came in, India then started actually bowling kind of smart,
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then finally, somehow India actually ended up winning that game, and I still can't believe how India won that game.
Yeah. So yeah, let's just kind of get into it more of the details. India bat first. Australia won the toss. They decided to bowl first. India started the game really poorly. Kohli out for zero in the first over. That's his third duck of the tournament, I think. So I think he needs to sort himself out ASAP before we start making before the England game. Really honest, to be honest, because I don't think so. You're gonna get that Rohit Sharma innings every time, but Rohit Sharma 92 of 41, and I think he was just absolutely insane from ball one to pretty much until he got out. He was absolutely fantastic. What did you think of his innings?
I thought that's probably the best I've seen Rohit Sharma play in a T20 game.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah,
And all the
I think
talk
Rohit
and all
Sharma.
the talk around him coming into the tournament, like of not being good for India,
Hmm.
in international T20s. And I think some of the opinions
Hmm.
even we've had, like when we've talked about him not being great
Hmm.
internationally at T20s, but to deliver that performance in a game like this, where honestly, it was pretty much a knockout game for one of these two teams today, pretty much. Like, it felt like a knockout game,
Well,
today.
it was a knockout game for it was a must-win game for Australia there. It
Yeah,
was a
must
must-win
win,
game for.
but if you look at it from Indian point of view, if we lose today, then depending on tomorrow's results, it can kind of get a bit close then on who goes
Yeah.
through. Um, Kohli,
I mean,
so
it wasn't as much of a must-win game because for India to get knocked out, things have to go really, really bad, like in terms of results. Like teams like Afghanistan have to win by a massive margin, and then India have to lose by a big margin. But for Australia, they have to just even if they lost today and Afghanistan win, they'd get knocked out. So for Australia, it was just a must-win game. And then
and
the
then
way and then the way Rohit Sharma about it today, it felt like he just had a personal vendetta against Australia after that World Cup final. He was like, I'm just gonna mess you guys up. Like, I don't care. I hate. He just had some. He just, he just has that hatred built up against Australia after that World Cup final.
and
He
then
had such a personal
and
vendetta.
then it kind of felt like we were just losing wickets on one end. So obviously Kohli got out, Punt came in, made 15 off 14, nothing too much to talk about there. And then Surya Kumar Yadav, I think once again, very small innings, but very impactful, 31 off 16, kind of helped India push on to those big totals. And then Shivam Dube, I think started out really well. I think he had like two fours and a six in his first like 12 balls, and then after that, I think he really slowed down, and finished off 28 off 22. But I just want to shout out as we're looking down, Hardik Pandya again with the bat. 27 off 17. I know it's not like the biggest runs, but those 27 runs really made the biggest difference for India, looking at the total.
Yeah, true, true, true. Yeah, Shivam Dube did start out well, and then he kind of just phased out towards the end. Like they did give. I mean, they pulled Zampa in I think it was the 16th over of the over in the
Yeah.
game.
Which was a
So
mistake, I think, because he went for
I
he was quite expensive today, Zampa. Marcus
I
Stoinis
mean
bowled four overs today.
they bowled Zampa in the 16th over, and Shivam Dube had the perfect chance to hit him out of the park, but he couldn't, and then Zampa only gave five in that over. So I mean, Shivam Dube had the chance there, but I mean, he didn't started out well, but then towards the end of his innings, couldn't do much. Hardik
Yeah.
Pandya played really well. His batting is getting much better, but his bowling wasn't the best today, which we'll talk about later, obviously.
Yeah.
But
And then, I mean, my only kind of wish with Shivam Dube, which is fine. I wish it like I wish he went for it a lot sooner because we still had Jaddu who only played 5 balls, and you still had Akshar Patel to come too. So we had still one or two batsmen left, but it's kind of hard to judge. And just quickly looking at Australia's bowling, I mean, Hazelwood probably with the best spell that he's probably ever bowled in T20, 4 overs, 14 runs for a wicket. But I'm kind of worried about Australia's bowling, if I'm being quite honest, because yeah, you have your Starks and Cummins, but the fact that they had to bowl Marcus Stoinis 4 overs and he went for 56 runs, like that they didn't really go for, they didn't have an option of like
I
bring the
mean,
ball to
but the thing is,
Maxwell with the spinner,
what
like throwing to Maxwell maybe, like
but Stoinis has been but Stoinis has bowled his 4 overs every game this tournament for
yeah, yeah, but like,
Australia.
but even today, like, okay, yeah, he can bowl 4 overs, but like after like 4 for 56. At some point after his second or third over, you maybe throw the ball to Maxwell and try a spinner. But yeah, he bowled all
I
four. He
think
bowled all
I
4 overs today,
I think
which
the
was
only
kind of.
reason why they didn't throw it to Maxwell is because of the Adam Zampa. Because if you look at Adam Zampa's uh, stats, he's bought 4 for 41. So they didn't want to bring in Maxwell as well because
I mean,
obviously
it would have been better
because
than Marcus
it's
Stoinis, I think, at that point.
it's their prime spinner who got hit for 40 runs in their four. So I think maybe Maxwell, like, and then at that time Dubé was batting, so maybe Maxwell. They thought that he would go for much more. So
And Cummins had
and
a pretty
then
bad day out himself. 4 for 48, 0 wickets.
yeah,
The thing with
and then
Stoinis, maybe you can say, is he took 2 wickets, but
he
with
got you two
Cummins,
wickets. Yeah.
yeah, with Cummins, 48 runs, 0 wickets, just pretty a bad day out. With a rare bad day out for him with the ball.
Mhm.
And at the halfway mark, I saw India finish on 205 for 5, and I thought that was a winning total, which it turned out to be. I did think it was a winning total against Australia on this pitch. What did you
Yeah,
think of the
I
score?
thought like I thought the way that India did bat, it kind of felt like India should have been like yeah, they should have should have bowled. I mean, should have had like 15, 20 more like because the way they were batting there, kind of did phase out in the last five
Yeah, yeah.
overs.
I mean,
I
definitely
thought actually
the second last
Australia did
over.
pull it back.
Yeah, yeah, no, Australia definitely momentum wise, Australia definitely finished the first innings better, I think, in terms of like going
Mhm.
into the break with the momentum. But I think was it Hazelwood who bowled that 19th over? Or the 18th over, I think. One of the overs like right towards the end went only for like 4 runs, which was just spectacular. And then talking about Australia's batting, India get off to a great start. Arshdeep Singh picks up Warner, I think, in the first over on the I think the last ball of the first over. And yeah, I thought India got off to a very great start, and then the game just drifted away from India and entered Travis Head and Mitchell Marsh, and the game. Honestly, I think I agree with you. The game was gone. I think until the eighth, ninth over. I think that's when the wicket fell from of Marsh. That game felt like it was slipping away.
Yeah, exactly. Like the game was just it was just like there was nothing happening for India. Like not absolutely nothing happening.
And
It
then
was just
yeah, and
like the
then
runs were coming so easily. There was just runs were using so like even the fielding was just so lackluster. I mean, the like balls were going everywhere. Like people were just diving over the ball. I mean, the fielding was just so lackluster as well. Like everybody's head dropped. Nobody kind of it was just a I mean it was just like India were like it's like it looked like India kind of knew that they were like they were out of the game and then do you know what like you need that kind of spark or like it's like it's always it's that cliche word that you say that oh you need that little bit of spark in the game that they always that the commentators always say like
yeah,
Ravi Shastri always said oh you need that spark
yeah, no, and
yeah,
then
yeah.
yeah,
It was with that Akshar Patel catch. I mean, and that was some catch.
that was a great catch. But
Yeah,
I as much as Akshar Patel was great with that catch, I thought Kuldeep Yadav of the over before his first over and the second over where I think he took the wicket was honestly, I know we were talking about this on WhatsApp right after the game. I thought he had a good shout for today being man of the match. I thought his bowling was just so good. I thought without him you don't win this game today. He definitely was the difference for me in today's game between the two sides. He bowled so well, and considering you had Jaddu and Akshar Patel also bowling, Akshar Patel's bowling he pulled it back towards the end a bit, but yeah, I thought Kuldeep Yadav was just absolutely fantastic.
Yeah,
Every
I
over,
thought he, yeah,
all four of his overs were just amazing.
I wouldn't say he was the difference between the two teams, but yeah, I thought he made, yeah, but I was, yeah, but he did make, but he did make a massive impact in the game there, which kind of, yeah, but he did make a massive impact in the game. And as far as, yeah, as far as India, like, but I think India did come on a bit smart, like, but India, I think, did get their tactics right towards after when Maxwell came on to bat, he did those reverse, those switch hits to was it Akshar Patel, I believe
Yeah,
it was. Yeah, no, sorry,
yeah,
to Jaddu, and then hit him for what 16 in one over.
yeah,
And
and
I
then
think and I think then India got smart and caught on, and then changed their tactics, and they actually put a fielder there for him there to actually stop that shot, and then they actually started bowling wide, like wide outside the stumps with Akshar Patel
yeah,
to actually stop the flow of runs and not and then decided like we're not gonna try and take wickets. We're actually gonna try and stop runs,
yeah.
right? And that's what actually got Maxwell out with Kuldeep Yadav there. Because I mean I don't. But what sort of shot was Maxwell trying to play? I've never
I
seen
mean,
that. Mhm.
I thought he got done by the googly pretty much.
Yeah,
I
he
thought
did. Yeah, but
yeah.
I don't know
So
what he was trying to do.
yeah, I mean, he kind of helped with the googly. He made the
Yeah,
googly look a lot better than it was probably.
yeah.
But I mean, just to talk about one or two more things on India's bowling, Hardik Pandya today
Oh,
looked quite bad with the ball,
absolutely
and
horrible,
then
horrible,
and then Jaddu once again bad with the ball again. Jaddu, I think that's been a
bad with the
common
ball.
theme. Yeah, one over he got 17 runs for hit, and I think Rohit Sharma caught on and didn't give him another over. I thought another kind of special mention, apart from obviously Bumrah, who came back into the game well, was Akshar Patel. I thought Akshar Patel had a bad first over, but then he bowled his next two overs really well and went for three for
Yeah,
21. And I thought that was another key difference because he got you those extra two overs that through the middle that because I felt
yeah,
at one point I felt like he maybe had to bowl Pandya more and Pandya did end up bowling all four overs at the end, but I felt like he might have had to bring Pandya a lot earlier again back into the attack or maybe Arshdeep Singh back into the attack a lot sooner. But then thanks to those two extra overs from Akshar Patel, I thought
yeah. And
they
then the
got us
extra
through the
potato
tough period.
overs. Yeah, and then the extra potato overs, and then like, and they didn't go for much as well. That was the key as well. He
Yeah.
bowled extra potato, and they didn't go for much, and he got a wicket as well in that as well. And he got Stoinis, which was a big wicket as well.
Yeah, the Stoinis wicket, Maxwell, and then I think, yeah, at that point the game just was over. Then Australia started falling quite
Yeah,
easily.
but
At that point, it was more about if they could make it past 176 because that's what they needed to do to get
but
their
no,
run rate
I
above.
But no, as far as I was thinking that, as far as like it did matter. It did matter if the wickets were falling on one end, like if Stoinis was going down, Max was going down. For Australia and for me, I was thinking as long as Travis Head was batting, it was Australia's game there. Because
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
I actually thought he could take them home. Doesn't matter how much the required rate was on because as long as he was on the crease, he could take Australia home.
I mean, I
Because
think knowing I
he just has this thing against India. I'm not sure what it is. Yeah, I'm not what have India ever done to him. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think honestly, I don't think so. Any Indian fan was thinking they were going to win this game until the Travis Head wicket. And after that wicket from Bumrah, who bowled a great slower ball to get him out.
Yeah,
The game just kind of pretty much
yeah,
was
they just
over
collapsed.
there. The
Yeah,
collapse after that. But yeah, I think it very, very much felt like watching a repeat of that World Cup final, to be honest. That Travis Head was just on it again from ball one
yeah.
against us.
But in that final, only if Travis had gotten out in that final.
Yeah, only
If only
we can dream on, right?
we
Uh,
just yeah
we can play that final again,
yeah
again, and
on a
just
PlayStation.
on PlayStation. Yeah, that's what we need to do. But
Yeah,
yeah, and to be honest, is like and he it was very much like he's so good against India. Like he took everyone to the cleaners. Like he hit Bumrah for like I don't know how many runs in an over. It was like 16 plus, 14 plus in an over to Bumrah too.
Hmm.
Like I don't think so. He cares who bowls in front of him when he's on one. He like the only person who I thought he couldn't really get a hold of was Kuldeep Yadav, which I thought started kind of maybe just slowly building up the pressure from the other side of the other end.
Uh, Kuldeep Yadav and Arshdeep Singh, who actually bowled well to him as well.
Well, I think Arshdeep Singh didn't really get to bowl. I think he bowled an over to Warner, and then he bowled another.
Arshdeep did bowl to him in the power play, I believe.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean
just one over only,
yeah.
and he got hit in that over too. If I remember correctly too, actually. So I'd have to go look back through the commentary, but I'm pretty sure Travis Head hit Arshdeep Singh in that one over. I can have a quick look. He hit him. Oh, sorry, it was Marsh who took.
Yeah, Mitchell Marsh. Yeah.
So Arshdeep Singh actually didn't bowl to Travis Head barely, I think, at all. I think it was Marsh. Marsh hit 14 runs to Arshdeep Singh in the third over, and then
No, when
Travis Head hit 14 to Bumrah in the fourth over, and then after that, Akshay Patel came on and Hardik Pandya came on, and then and
no, he bowled when Arshdeep Singh bowled the 16th over, he only went for 7 runs
yeah, but
there.
that's not
And
the power play.
yeah, but I'm talking about the outside the power play as well. He couldn't. I mean, outside the power play, he was still smacking everybody around there.
Yeah,
But
but even
I mean, Hardik Pandya's bowling today. He just kept feeding on Travis Head, like, and he kept bowling the same deliveries over and over again. I'm not sure what
I
he
think
was.
I don't know what scorecard you're looking at. I don't think that 16th over at that point Travis Head was already out, mate.
No, no, no.
Yeah,
Look,
yeah.
if you look at it, if you look at it, 15.1, Arshdeep Singh to Travis Head, no run.
Oh, I
Yeah,
see. Yeah, he gave what 7 off that over. Yeah, that was
yeah.
fair play. Yeah, I was looking at the wrong
No,
over.
I'm not sure what scorecard you're looking at,
And then yeah,
unless you're still high on the win there.
I might be honest. It might be.
Yeah,
I had no hopes. I had no hopes for us. I mean, looking forward to tomorrow's game, Afghanistan versus Bangladesh. This is honestly, I think you'll have a lot of Indian fans wearing an Afghanistan jersey tomorrow.
I've already got mine. I already
You've
had
already got,
ordered.
but
I've
yeah,
already mine. Yeah, I'm wearing it right now.
I've got a Prime delivery on coming hopefully to, by tomorrow morning or
Well, your
tonight.
prime is well, I've actually mine is already here, so I'm not sure what
Yeah,
prime you've got.
no, and I've Prime delivery. Hopefully, it gets delivered by
Yeah,
tonight. The
I've
Afghanistan
already
jersey.
I've already got mine. I'm wearing it right now.
I mean, looking to be fair, as much as I really rate Afghanistan as a T20 team, I don't think so. I would be shocked if Bangladesh somehow win tomorrow. I would be a little surprised, but I don't think so. It's out of the realm of like possibilities of Bangladesh winning tomorrow. And I think, as someone who wants India to win this World Cup, obviously, I think Australia need to go away. I don't want to see them for the rest of the tournament. So I'm hoping Afghanistan pull one out tomorrow, really. And I think they really realistically should. Um, and I think even if they lose, they have to. No, sorry, they have to win. They have to win, right?
I have to win. Yeah,
Yeah. Because if they even they could have lost if Australia didn't go past 176. Then they could have lost by like a small margin and still made it through. And then quickly looking onto Group B or Group 2 of the Super 8s. That group is done. South Africa and England make it through, and South Africa at some point gone have not lost the whole have not lost a game this whole tournament, but have nearly choked every game they've played this tournament. So I that is if that isn't South Africa in a nutshell in an ICC tournament, I don't know what is. You've won all your games and you've ch nearly choked all your games.
that's actually very unlike South Africa so far.
I mean, it's either they're like out by at this point, or they would have been dead last in the group, or like, but
But
they're like, thing is, when South Africa win in tournaments, they usually win very comfortably. But here
yeah,
you have six, like, you have like, didn't lose in the group stages, didn't lose in the Super 8s, and you've choked nearly every game. Like the fact that against the West Indies, they struggled to chase down was it the
124.
124 after DLS and just 5 balls remaining. Like they bowled fantastic too. 135 West Indies all out. Like they bowled brilliantly. And for the first and like yeah, but it's that story, right? Quinton de Kock didn't make runs, South Africa collapse. What was it?
Yeah,
Marco
but
Jansen's 21 or 14 at the end. Really like clutch.
yeah, but I mean, I like the way South Africa went about it there first. I mean, so they lost the early wicket of the Cock,
And
and I'm not sure
Hendricks.
why they keep. Well, I'm not sure why they keep playing Reza Hendricks.
I mean,
They
Hendricks
could
got
bring
out first ball, and then de Kock's fell
the
pretty soon after. And then it was pretty much, I think, Markham and Stubbs who really slowed the game down, like did like
Mhm.
110, 120 strike rate only for a T20 and just really slowed the game down.
Yeah, but I
But
really
then,
like their yeah, but I really like how they sent up Christian Stubbs ahead of Klassen and Miller. That was a good idea, and he played really, really well.
I mean, he made
Christian
30
Stubbs.
off 27, which is probably what
Yeah,
you need in this game. And
yeah,
then,
he carried the innings there.
yeah,
Klassen, really
20,
good, 22 off 10.
yeah,
I
it's funny.
watched I watched some of
22's.
the highlights. Yeah, he actually was it who's it what's his name a Gudakesh Moti. Yeah, he smashed his over uh, for almost what's it 16 17 a 16 run. He smashed his over for. I think that's what uh, around the 60 when they were on 60 something. Yeah, they kind of like I think that's when they kind of really almost won the game for them. But then all of a sudden South Africa did a South Africa thing and just lost wickets in clusters. Klaas and Miller, and then after that Maraj and all of them got out, and then Kristen Stubbs. I mean, he was playing so well, and then when they needed a runner ball on 23, I'm not sure what he
Yeah.
was trying to do, hit a six and got out. But then, as we said, Mark Jansen played a great innings along with Rabada and
Yeah.
took them home.
And then looking forward to the semis, we can only talk about the one so far, which is India versus England. I honestly don't have a really strong prediction for it. I mean, looking at England, I think England somehow have snuck through into the semis after their poor performance again. But I mean, I think I saw Crick Buzz after today's game, or Crick Info actually. One of them had a great um, little sentence. He goes, "Once again, India are doing what India always do in the knockout stage, in the group or the early stages of the ICC tournament. They're the best team, and their only competition is themselves." But it comes a different story when it get to knockouts. So it'll be very interesting to see how India um kind of do against England because yeah, I just don't know because I mean looking at our batting, like if the way Rohit Sharma played today and Suryakumar Yadav, you kind of take your odds going into that semi-final with how good our bowling's been. But at some point, I think you need your bunt and goalie to wake up and start putting some runs on the board.
Yeah, I mean, like, so after that, after England played Australia, they got a lot of stick about how their team wasn't, about how their approach and about all their like, about their whole lineup and everything wasn't all that great. But then
Mm.
after that, since that game, they've been playing really, really well. They've actually come out and they've played really well, and they've got here so far. And but so it should be a good game. I think it should be a really good game. Like they've been batting well, they've been bowling well. I mean, they're batting. I wouldn't say they've been batting like the best, but they're bowling. They have been bowling really well. They've been bowling really well.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I'm gonna back India to win, but I would be where's the game again?
and
It's in
Guyana, and
yeah.
the one big thing here, and one big thing to consider is that there is rain predicted in Guyana, and so the game could be washed out. And if the game is washed out, then India qualify automatically.
I don't want that, but I will take that.
Yeah, because India have got a much better net run rate than
I don't care.
England.
I don't want that, but I will absolutely take it. If it comes our way. Yeah,
Yeah.
it should be but overall I think it should be a really good game. And
Hmm.
yeah, looking forward to it. Any other
Yeah.
things before we sign off for today?
Yeah. So have you been watching the Euros?
The
Any thoughts?
Euros, any Euros. I have Ukraine in my sweepstakes at work, so I've been a big Ukraine supporter. This, I've been rooting for Ukraine, who have won a game in our tournament. But overall, I mean, I think we got to talk about England, don't we? England, England,
Uh,
England. England have looked. someone needs to get rid of Gareth Southgate ASAP. Like I don't know how you played that poor football. Uh, to be honest, so far, I mean, Germany have probably looked the best team for me. Germany and Spain. I thought Spain had a bit of a wobble in this, I think the second or third game, but overall, I thought Spain and Germany have looked
I
really
think
good.
Spain have been the best team so far. I don't think Spain have any such. I think Spain have coasted all their games so far. I think
Or am I
uh,
thinking of Germany's second
Germany,
game? Is yeah,
Germany, Germany in the last game they played. Was it Germany played last game against
Switzerland.
Switzerland?
Yeah, and they
Yeah,
drew
yeah.
1-1. Yeah,
They drew
and
1-1.
Spain are playing Albania right now, and they're 1-0 up. So yeah, it'll be very. I don't know who I do. I'll still stick with Germany winning it for me. I think they're just the favorites. Home nation. I have Germany winning.
I think I think looking at the performances so far, I would say Spain to win it. I was thinking France might be the strongest team, but no. But I was looking at watching France's first two games. They've not looked the best so far. Looked a bit mediocre.
I honestly will say, I do think Portugal have looked good. I will
Yeah.
say Portugal have looked good, and I did say that I do think they probably have the best overall like depth in a squad. Like I thought
Hmm.
Portugal have like you have players like João Felix sitting on the bench, and stuff like that. And Ronaldo really hasn't quite done enough so far in the World Cup. So I think once he maybe gets in a bit of form, like I think Portugal become
Hmm.
more dangerous. And they're pretty much through. They've won their both games. They're playing Georgia on Wednesday. Yeah, but
Yeah.
I think Ukraine are favorites to win it, and I have them luckily in the sweepstakes.
Yeah.
Uh, cool. Yeah, thank you everyone
All right.
for watching, for listening to another episode. Please leave some review on the YouTube, rate the podcast on Spotify and Apple, and thanks for listening.